What is up? We have here, I know we just did an unboxing a couple of days ago, and I did say that I would come back with a review with it up on the wall. Unfortunately, I needed a battery bank because if I didn't, I would have a cord running down the side of my wall, and I do not want that with this. This is the Star Trek U.S.S. Defiant NX-74205 Master Systems display. And what this is in the show, when you're on the ship and you see all these screens and panels everywhere, that's what that is. That is what you're seeing on the show, where you've got a bunch of crew members walking by, and off to the side of the camera view, you can see this Master Systems display. And you're like, ooh, what is that? That looks so cool. I've got the dang thing, all right? And it looks like it's from the TV show. This thing is amazing. I just hung it up with 8 15-pound command strips. I'm trying to get away from putting nails and holes in my walls. So everything that's on my walls right now is hung up with nothing but command strips. The heavy duty stuff too, so nothing falls and gets like damaged. This thing will be up for a while. This thing does not weigh no 15 pounds, but I like to be careful. So this was $125 on the, what was the website? The, I forget the name of it. Oh, Master Replicas. It was on the Master Replicas website. And I saw it in my Google feed. I saw a story for this panel for $125. And I thought, well, whatever. But then I thought, you know what? It might not actually be that bad to get it. So I ordered it. And again, the product said estimated ship date of October, but I think they may have been hyping that because it was no October. I just received this just a few days ago. I think it was Saturday, actually. I received it Friday or Saturday. And here it is up on the wall, the Star Trek Deep Space Nine U.S.S. Defiant NX-74205 Master Systems display. Here is the front part of the ship, NX-74205. So for everyone here, we are going to officially remove the film off of here. Look at that. Wow. This thing is so beautiful. And I had my lights off already and had this thing on, and it is bright. It brightens this room up. My goal, my hope, was to be able to pull the bottom of that panel away from the wall because of the battery bank that's in there. It's going to need charged. I'm not planning to leave this on 24/7, believe me. But eventually that battery bank is going to need charged. Now with command strips, yes, I could pull that up, pull it off of the wall. But then to get it back onto the wall and rehook all those command strips could be a task. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But let's go ahead and let's turn this on and let's check it out. This thing, I mean, that is just so amazing. It's just like the TV show. The colors are there. You've got the purple here in the words. You've got an orange bar that comes down with some more of the purple in there. I don't know if that is translating well. Here we go. If I get a little bit closer, you can see the colors better. Different types of purples and oranges, really, and like violets. That's really the color. And then just a couple of blues to indicate again for the warp core. Um, so we can just kind of go everything with the ship. We'll start at the back here. Main engineering is right here in this room. This is main engineering. We've got the warp reaction core, or the warp core. And if we follow the arrow, that's this arrow here. That's your warp core right there for the ship. The next one down is the energy transfer conditioners. That would be this little section right here. Then we have the deuterium storage cryo tanks, which are these blue guys here. These are the cryo tanks. Then we have the upper impulse engine service bay. So basically the impulse engines, which are the basic engines for moving the ship around. That's going to be this little section right here. The next one down is the impulse engine reaction controllers. That's going to be these guys right here. Then we have the impulse engines themselves. Those are going to be these guys. These are your impulse engines. Did not know that. We have the impulse engine reaction controllers, which are here on the bottom. We have the oscillation overthruster. Overthruster, which is this guy right there. That little blocky looking thing. Below that we have the aft tractor beam emitter. Don't understand how it can be that little line, but okay, we'll go with it. Then we have the photon torpedo storage. That's going to be right here. These pill-looking guys. We have the aft photon torpedo launcher, which is going to be this guy here. So this is the launcher. This is the photon torpedo storage. And we have the lower reaction core service access. And that's going to be right here. This is the lower reaction core service access for whenever something inside of there needs service. That would be your access point. Then we have the antimatter storage pods. And they're going to be these guys right here. So that's everything on the back of the U.S.S. Defiant. We'll come over here to the front of the ship. Again, here's your bridge. It's not a very big ship, but it's a pretty strong, powerful ship, etc., etc. We have the pulse phaser cannon. And that's going to be this guy right here. That's your pulse phaser cannon. We have a stateroom. Stateroom is going to be right here. That's your stateroom. We have the crew mess. Crew mess is going to be right here. So this is more than likely a bulkhead right here, I would imagine. EVA lockers. There is no arrow for the EVA lockers, so I'm not quite sure where that could be on the front of the ship. But it could also, I don't know that that would be in with the crew mess. Forward docking airlock. It's going to be this little section right here. Then we have the forward sensor array, passive elements. And that's going to be right here where this line is. And then we also have navigational deflectors. That's going to be this section here. Below that, we have the forward tractor beam emitter. That's going to be that little guy right there. We have the focusing coils. That's going to be directly behind it, kind of actually more behind the forward sensor array. So it's going to be right here. It's going to all be in line with all that stuff. The field distortion amplifiers are going to be behind that. The forward photon torpedo launcher is this guy right here. And we know that from looking at the rear uh, photon torpedo launcher. And then there's a photon torpedo conveyor. Ah, that's going to be this guy. As you can see, a torpedo is actually being drawn along right now. And then we have the cargo bay. Cargo bay. I guess that's going to probably be this section. It's actually pointing to the torpedo, like the back of it, but I feel like it might be this section right here. Not quite sure what that is. You know, I feel like that's probably a shuttlecraft, maybe. So this is probably a computer core. This big yellow blocky looking thing, that's probably the computer core. Which I don't know if it was ever stated how many computer cores the Defiant has, or even the Deep Space Nine station. I know it's a Romulan construction, so I'm sure it has similar things, but I wouldn't know if it's the same or not. And then you have the U.S.S. Enterprise, which has 3 dedicated cores, obviously. So yeah, here is the U.S.S. Defiant Master Systems Display NX-74205. Here it is turned off. With it off, you can really see the colors pretty well. With it on and on with the video, the colors seem to kind of get like washed out the further away you are. But let's go ahead and try. I'm going to turn off the light here. Just give me 1 second. And what I'll do is, alright, so we've got our lights turned off. Let's go ahead and turn this on. I don't know if that's any different, if that comes out any different, but it really, I mean, that's lighting this room up like crazy. But it looks so good. Wow. I'm just so amazed at the quality of this. Now, this is just an art piece, but the fact that it lights up, the fact that I don't have a cord running down my wall gives off that effect of it's a panel on the wall. Unfortunately, there is some thickness to the thing, so it doesn't quite look like it's inset into the wall, which is okay. It still looks very high quality, like it came out of a movie studio or something like that. But yeah, it looks incredibly amazing right now. And again, this isn't something that I'm going to run 24/7. Apparently the light itself is good for 9,000 hours. And again, it is a display piece of art. So, I need to plug in my phone or I'm going to lose some battery. Here we go. So, this thing is just the best. I mean, it really, really is. This was definitely worth the money, but I'm not sure how I feel about doing this again, just with the whole fact of that there was little to no communication. It was instructed that you get the shop app so you can track your order. I never got the shop app, and when I did get the shop app and typed all my information in, it brought up a screen that said October 3rd, and then it skipped past that, and it went to the shop app with all the different things you could order, and I couldn't bring up my order to check the tracking, and I'm like, did it already ship, and I didn't get it? What happened? And nothing ever shipped, and I just emailed them a couple of days ago, and 2 days later, it's on my doorstep, so it's here, and it is just incredibly amazing to look at. It really is. And like I said, I can see right there the colors are getting washed out. The closer you get, you can really see the color, and you can really see the detail in this panel. I mean, it's just incredible, and it looks like it does right off of the TV show. If you've never seen Star Trek Deep Space Nine, check it out. The Defiant doesn't really start showing up until some of the later seasons, and is beneficial in some of the missions and things like that in the show. I'm having a little bit of limited motion right now because I had to plug in my phone. I was at 5%. I was going to lose it all. So yeah, hope you guys like checking it out, and I'm happy that I got it. Glad to be able to share it. I did see some information that eventually some panels for the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class, the one that Picard was on, they might release some panels for that, and I may get one of those if it does come out. But this was just 7 months of where's the panel? Like, is it being built? Like, I just wish there would have been more, what's the word I'm looking for? Communication on the order itself. You know, hey, sorry for the hold up, your order, blah 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 blah, but we didn't hear anything. You know, and then it was I sent out an email and then it shows up, so it was kind of like, well, you know, what was really going on there? So, but I'm definitely glad I have it. Definitely glad to show it off to you guys. I'll just kind of scroll on here through. Oh, we've also missed the pulse phaser cannon. That's what this guy is. Didn't know that. They don't really go over the ship internals on the show. But I'll just kind of scroll by here and just kind of show you off. Just kind of show off the detail. Yeah, this thing is the only thing I wish is if you could tap the screen and it would make the noise, like the Star Trek noise. That'd be great. It doesn't do that, unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna unplug my phone. I'm at 6%. We gained a whole percent. There's the back part of the ship with all the different things. Yep, so there it is, the Star Trek Deep Space Nine U.S.S. Defiant NX-74205 Master Systems display. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and at some point I'll be making some more gameplay videos, so keep an eye out for that. If you guys enjoy the content here, please like and subscribe. Check you guys out later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.